Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, our title action continues now with the showdown for the vacant Quest British Heavyweight Championship. So please put your hands together and welcome our first challenger for the championship into the arena. Fighting out of the Stingrays Boxing Gym in Brighton, please make some noise for Big Luke Andrews. And now we welcome his opponent, our second challenger for the championship into the arena. Please welcome then to the red corner, fighting out of Reading. Please welcome Kash Chowdhary. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, our next bout of the evening, brought to you in association with RTX Sports, the official fight gloves of Quest, Boxfit UK, the leading boxing equipment superstore, and CB Events Security. So introducing to you first, our first challenger for the championship this evening, standing in and boxing out of the blue corner tonight, representing Stingrays Boxing Gym in Brighton. Please make some noise for Big Luke Andrews. His opponent, standing across the ring, our second challenger for the championship this evening, standing in and boxing out of the red corner tonight, representing Team Iron Fist in Reading. Please make some noise for Kash Chowdhary. This British title showdown to be fought over 5 two-minute rounds. Our timekeeper of the bell, Mr. Peter McCann, our referee in charge of the action, and to give his final instructions, Mr. Jimmy Honey.
Title action up next with Luke Andrews versus Kash Chowdhary. This is a very, very interesting fight, one I've been looking forward to, because you've got big Luke Andrews, and big is an understatement. Man's a giant, 6'5", and he's a big boy. Up against Kash Chowdhary, who's boxed at cruiserweight before. He's boxed lighter than this. But I actually think heavyweight might suit him a little bit better.
It's a fight that really looking forward to watching start.
Yeah, definitely. I've been really impressed with Andrews in the past, and Kash as well. Lovely jab work from Andrews.
Yeah, straight away he's come out really established that centre of the ring and straight shots.
I think in these bigger weights, if you can establish that jab, then you can,
Get the timing right.
yeah, stamp your authority on the fight with that jab. It makes it so your opponent really does have to start looking for the bigger shots, which it can obviously make them make mistakes as well. So it's really important in these.
Lovely body shot.
I mean, in any fight, establishing the jab and having a good jab is the key to winning any fight, but especially in these big divisions. You see the guys that have got good jabs in these big divisions tend to do really well.
Nick Kash has been in there with the likes of Simeon Dennis at lead at cruiserweight. I think they might pick the win up there. So
yeah, he beat Simeon Dennis. He lost to Liam Dyer, Simeon's stablemate, but he'd only taken that fight on a week's notice. So
yes. So it shows he's been in there mixed with the big boy.
Yeah.
Not quite as big as Luke Andrews. So
yeah, Andrews is like I say, 6'5" and quite an imposing character, isn't he?
I think Cash's got to do more than single shots here, really. If you want to get in that range of each shot so big, they need to do more than just singular shots.
Yeah, that's what Luke Andrews is doing really well. When he's in range or when he gets a shot off, it's usually 2 or 3 rather than just the singles. Good right there from Kash.
Good shot from Kash. You got selfie there, but Kash did finish with good shots. I think that give him confidence for this next round.
Yeah, I always sort of get the impression that in this fight, that's what I sort of got the impression before it started. That round didn't tell me anything different, and Kash is going to be the one that, to win this, is going to have to land those bigger shots. And Andrews, like I say, those flowing shots, like he's getting together like those 2s and 3s, letting his hands go. And like we said from the start, establishing his jab is going to be massively important in this fight.
For me, that was a Luke Andrews trial.
Yeah, I think he done more than enough in that first minute and a half. That's a beautiful jab.
Kash works that centre back.
Straight away, you see the effect that type of jab has on your opponent. He automatically forced Kash into having to go round his punches, having to look for long hooks, which as effective as they can be, they take longer to get to the target.
Tell you what, for a heavyweight fight, there's a good amount of volume of the punches there as well.
Yeah, they're both.
Kash in great shape as well.
Yeah, they're both letting their hands go. And I think this is probably the best shape I've seen Luke Andrews in as well.
Oh, lovely right hand from Andrews. I think that's where Kash wants to be, sit on his chest and link shot keep it long.
Yeah, Kash needs to sort of catch him on the way in, doesn't he? That's what he needs to do. But Luke Andrews needs to just keep on that beautiful jab that he's established.
Much better round from Kash.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's sort of forcing Andrews into a fight, and that's the sort of fight that Andrews wants to avoid. I think it can be difficult for fighters. So I was very much someone that I knew that if I established my jab, if I got my jab off and I landed and that was enough to win a round. I think a lot of fighters struggle with the idea of that. If you go out there and land one jab and they don't land anything, you've won the round. I think fighters always feel like they need to do more than a jab, but they really don't.
That was a very good land. Very hard to script.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Andrews again. It's based on a little bit more work rate, but towards the back end of that round, and we see it in the back end of the first round as well, Kash looks like the one who's faring better as the round goes on. So perhaps he has got a little bit of edge and fitness over Andrews.
found that really hard to swing them. I think we'll give it a nod to Luke Andrews getting up the volume. I think he started off a lot better. Kash finished stronger. He finished a lot earlier than he did in the first round. He finished strong in the first round to move forward, but at the post round.
Yeah, I think this round here, I think Kash needs to get hold of it after 30 seconds. He needs to get hold of it and make it his after 30 seconds, and then that could swing the fight in his favour, because at the moment I've got him 2 rounds behind in a 5-round fight, and it's always leaving things tight.
Luke's off his stall a lot earlier than Kash was there. Nice, he's stealing it.
This is better work from Kash.
Luke did not want to be there.
No.
This is perfect for that fire on Kash. Get back in your jab.
I think Luke can still be relatively effective on the inside. I just don't think that's his type of fight. And the problem you've got when you're on the inside, even if you are just as good as an inside fighter, it just becomes a roll of the dice. And that is not what you want to leave a fight up to. You want to try and dominate from the area of the ring that's going to suit you best. But Kash is landing some decent shots now, and they're big, heavy shots as well.
Is the momentum swinging in this one?
Yeah, and this is the problem that Andrew's going to have, is if he does tire down and Kash starts finding a home for those left and right hooks, Luke Andrews is going to be in trouble.
Shot. So I feel like Kash at the inside is really...
Yeah, he's really picked it. It is exactly what I said, isn't it? Like, he needs to dominate this round from like 30 seconds in max. And to be fair to him, he come out and he set his stall out from the start. There's some really good shots there.
Took it well, Luke. Took it well.
Yeah, Luke takes a good shot, but this is heavyweight boxing, and those shots hurt, and they're going to have an effect on you. Really good movement there from Chowdhary. Fantastic movement, ducking in and moving around.
And you can hear the Stingray corner shouting for him to tie him up, but he doesn't want, can't let Kash work when he's that close. You either tie him up or keep him low.
Yeah, that was a fantastic round.
Kash round for them.
Kash, and then again, we said it in an earlier fight, that as much as we think Luke Andrews won the first 2 rounds, that's the first really convincing round, isn't it? And Kash won it very, very clearly.
Yeah, that was the widest round out.
But he's lucky he's got another 2 rounds, because he would be kicking himself if that was the end of that fight there. Let's just see what he comes out with in these last 2 rounds. I think Luke, if it goes like that, I think Luke Andrews is going to struggle to get through this fight. So he needs to regroup, recalibrate what he's doing, and get back to his work and try and keep Kash Chowdhary off him.
He needs to make this fight forward.
Yes. Yeah, just go out there, poke your jab in his face with a bit of authority, and then move off. Try and frustrate him. But you can see Andrews is tired. Look, his jab, even his jab was laid. It was super sharp, wasn't it, earlier?
That's where the added weight, as the later fights go on, carrying that extra, that longer torso, it's going to be harder for him.
Yeah. He's, you sort of get the impression that they're both going to be tired. They both put a lot into these first 3 rounds. But you get the impression that Chowdhary is the one that wants to wait in this one, and he's just waiting for his opportunity to pounce.
Jimmy, all the guys are ready to get involved.
No, which is unusual for a heavyweight fight like this.
They're leaning on each other a lot, aren't they, usually?
Yeah, they're sort of self-refereeing now, aren't they? They're letting each other go and moving off.
Great fight so far.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I think Chowdhary put a lot of effort into that last round, and he's struggling a bit. He can't afford to let this round slip away from him. And at the moment, Andrews is going to be gaining confidence, because he took a bit of a pasting in that last round, And he's come out and he's like, oh, it's not happening this time. And as he says it, his shots land. But Chowdhary's gasping for air. He's taking really deep, laboured breaths.
Well, a big fight, Luke, because it's quite a fight on his feet, isn't it?
He's always surprised me how well he moves. He moves well, he boxes well, and he's very unassuming. And do you know what? I think he's done enough in this round.
Yeah, you can't give the nod to Kash and Brown back to Luke Andrews out.
Kash is going to kick himself after that. I mean, look, if he's put too much into that round 3, then that's unfortunate. He needed to do something in that round 3, and he did it. If that took too much out of him.
In the corner between the rounds now, Duke standing up and quite strong.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see the judges' scorecards on this one, because me and you are both scoring exactly the same. But like we said, those first 2 rounds were relatively close. The 3rd round was a clear round for Kash Chowdhary, and then the 4th round we swung in the favour of Luke Andrews, just purely on the work rate. Kash just didn't do anything in that 4th round.
Luke Shafton Kash got advice now, that's still.
Yeah, there's going to be some bombs thrown in this last round. Shot there from Luke Andrews. Really clever punch as well.
He walked him onto that. Hands right off the gut. Then he's taking a big shot for Kash though.
Well, Kash has looked like he troubled him a little bit there. He looked like he's a little bit unsteady on his feet, Luke Andrews. Clean shot landed from Chowdhary.
Again for the heavyweight division has messed.
And this is a testament to what this means to the fighters as well. To go out there, they're both absolutely shattered. They've put everything into this fight, and they're still going at it in round 5. Luke Andrews sort of paused for a second there. Look, I think that shot.
Oh, big right hand in the sense of Kash.
It's almost like he sort of went and switched off for a second. And he sort of looked into the crowd a little bit blankly, but he's super tired.
I'll tell you.
Oh, what a shame, what a shame. Brilliant for Kash Chowdhary, but Luke Andrews done so well in that fight. Done so well, and there was seconds left in that round. But he looked in a real bad way, and I think his corner have done the right thing in pulling him out there. When he got caught with that shot, do you know what I'm saying? He sort of stood up and he looked sort of a bit blankly into the crowd. And then every shot that landed after that seemed to really trouble him.
Kash left it late. I did not see that happening at all.
Well, that was the only way that Kash Chowdhary was going to get the win. It was the only way that Kash Chowdhary was going to get the win in that fight. And hats off to him. That's what heavyweight boxing is all about. You can be 4 rounds behind if you wanted. He wasn't. You can be 4 rounds behind. You can knock him out in the last round. We see it the other week.
That's why it's a glamour division.
Yeah. We see it the other week with Hooney versus Wardley. Hooney was like clearly in front of Wardley. Just
that's a great analogy for a fight like this. Like you say, Hooney was rounds after that.
Yeah.
You guys got Wardley was sadly a similar behaviour.
And it's a similar sort of thing as well. Like Luke Andrews wasn't by any means battering Kash Chowdhary. It was a very even fight, but I think just the work rate and the volume of punches that were landing from Luke were giving him the rounds, and he boxed really, really well. And his jab in that first round, first and second round, was absolutely fantastic. But Kash Chowdhary switched it on halfway through that second, and then in the 3rd round, he just seemed to sort of leave a bit in that 3rd round, didn't he? But he saved a bit for the last, and that was enough in the end for him.
Wow, it's one of the best I've seen Luke as well. Up until that shot, he was doing everything right. It's a sad thing, he was doing everything right.
Yeah. it's a shame. I mean, when I say it's a shame, when someone gets stopped like that, it's like, look, Chowdhary wins the fight and he deserves to win the fight. And I'm a fan of Chowdhary, I like him, and I think he's a good fighter as well. I'd like to have seen Luke Andrews make the final bell.
Boxers center, please.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please show your appreciation for these two warriors here tonight in an absolute amazing heavyweight battle for the ages. But ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, at a time of 1 minute, 32 seconds of round 5, our referee Jimmy Horne stops the contest. Your winner of the bout and the new Quest British Heavyweight Champion, Kash Chowdhary.
Good to see Kash Chowdhary back, and a brilliant performance by both fighters.